Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. I am Nidhi Kumari and today I am going to explain one of the most widely used topic of mathematics, that is sequence and series. So in this session I will explain about the core foundation of this topic, which is arithmetic progression and geometric progression, commonly known as AP and GP. So before moving ahead, what is sequence and series? So sequence is nothing. Sequence is the collection of items, numbers and events which often follow a pattern or an order, and we write it as simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Here this is a sequence because it is following a specific order, and whenever we write sequence in this form, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus so on, this form is known as series. Before going to explain today's topic, I want to relate it with real life, how it is important in our real life and why we should learn this topic. Let's suppose you decided to save money 5 rupees in a day, and on day 1 you save 5 rupees, again on day 2 you save 5 rupees, again on day 3 you save 5 rupees. So in this way you are creating a sequence which look like this: 5, 10, 15, 20, and this is forming AP. The definition of AP: basically we write a sequence in this form and we say that it is in AP. So AP is a sequence in which the difference of its consecutive term is a constant number, and that constant number is known as common difference. Common difference. And we denote it by D. Here in this also we can see that the difference between its consecutive term is nothing but D only. Now because it is a constant number, so there are 3 possibilities. It could be less than 0, it could be greater than 0, and it could be equal to 0. Whenever the common difference in AP is less than 0, that time we say that it is a decreasing AP. When common difference is greater than 0, we say that this is a increasing AP, and when common difference is equal to 0, we say that it is a constant AP. Now we will see some of the formulas of these arithmetic progression. Let's suppose I am giving you a sequence which is in AP and look like this: 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. Since the difference of consecutive term in this sequence is constant, which is 2, so this sequence is in AP. If I will ask you that find the 50th term of this sequence, you can find it manually as well by looking to this sequence, but it will be difficult and time consuming. So for that we use a formula for finding the general term of a sequence which is in AP, and we denote it by Tn, and the formula is A plus n minus 1 into D. In this formula, this A is known as first term of the AP, n is known as number of terms, and D is nothing but common difference. By using this formula, if I will ask you that find the 50th term of this AP, you can easily see that here A is equal to 3, D is equal to 2, and by putting these values you can find the 50th term of this AP. Again, if I will ask you that what will be the sum of first 50th term of this AP, you can find it manually, but that would be difficult to find. For that also we use a formula and we denote it by Sn, which is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, or we can also write it as n by 2 into a plus tn, because we can rewrite this formula as a plus n minus 1 into d, and this is nothing but tn only. So by using this formula we can find out the sum of first n terms of a sequence which is in AP. Now we will see some of the properties of this arithmetic progression which we use to solve questions easily. So first property is, if you are taking a sequence which is in AP, so when you will add, subtract, multiply or divide a constant value from each of its term, then again the resulting sequence will be in AP only. Let's suppose this is AP, A plus D, A plus 2D, and so on. And let's suppose you are adding a number, constant value C, in each term of this AP. It will look like this. And this resulting sequence is again in AP because the common difference of its consecutive terms is nothing but D only. Same, we can subtract C from each of its term, and we will see that the resulting sequence is again in AP only. Same for multiplication as well. We can check it. After doing all these algebraic calculation in the terms of the sequence which is in AP, the resulting sequence is again an AP only. So we can see these properties with an example as well. Example 2, 4, 6, 8. This is in AP. If I am adding a constant value 1 in each of its term, again the resulting sequence is in AP. Same for subtraction, multiplication and division as well. Now moving to the next property of arithmetic progression. Let's suppose you are taking two sequence which is in AP. Let's look like this: B1, B2, B3 with common difference D1 and D2. So when you will add or subtract these two sequences, you will get the resulting sequence like this, and it will again be in AP with common difference D1 plus D2 and D1 minus D2. We can see it by example. Let's suppose I am taking an example 1, 2, 3. This is first sequence, and 2, 3, 4. This is second sequence with common difference 1 and 1. After adding, it will look like this: 7, and its common difference will be D1 plus D2, which is equal to 1 plus 1. Same we can do 1 minus 2, 2 minus 3, 3 minus 4, and we can see that the resulting sequence is looking like this, and here the common difference is 0, which is nothing but d1 minus d2. Moving to the next property of arithmetic progression. Usually we take numbers in AP like this only, a plus d, a plus 2d, but in this way we are getting two variables. But if you have to solve a problem which is looking like this, that sum of three terms is 40, 50, so for making the calculation easy, any three numbers in AP we will take like this, a minus d, a plus d. Similarly, for four terms, we will consider this, a plus d, a plus 3d, a minus 3d. We can take this as well, but this makes our calculation easy because after adding these three terms, we get 3a. So we have to solve only one variable. So that's why we prefer to choose these as any three numbers in AP, and this as any four numbers in AP. So now we will see the last property of this is the property which I explained in earlier slide. Now we will move to one of the most important property of AP, which says that if a sequence is in AP and if you will add first and last term of this sequence, it will be equal to the second and second last and so on. By taking an example, we will see this. Let's suppose I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a sequence which is in AP and I have taken 6 terms in it. So I can see that the summation of first and last is equal to the summation of second and second last is equal to the summation of third and third last, which is a constant value. So with this we have completed the theory portion of arithmetic progression. Now we will see one question of this. Consider an AP of positive integers whose sum of the first three terms is 54 and sum of the first 20 terms lies between 1600 and 1800. Then we have to find out the 11th term of this AP. We will solve it step by step. It is given that AP is of positive integers. It means that this AP is an increasing AP and it should be in form of integers. Now the second information is sum of the first three terms is 54. We will take first three terms a plus d and a plus 2d and it will equal to 54. So after simplifying it, we will get 3a plus 3d is equal to 54 and it implies a plus d is equal to 18. This is our first equation. Second information is given that sum of the first 20 terms lies between this range. So first of all, I will find out S20, which is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We will substitute the value of n, which is equal to 20 by 2 and 2a plus 20 minus 1, which is equal to 19d. It will comes out 10 into 2a plus 19d. Now it is given that S20 will lie in the range 1800 and 1600. So basically here 10 into 2a plus 19d will lie in this range. Now moving ahead, we will cancel this and we will substitute the value of a with this equation. A is equal to 18 minus d. So it will be like this. 2 into, in place of a, we will substitute 18 minus d plus 19d in this range. After that, we will solve this inequality. 36 minus 2d plus 19d less than 180. After subtracting 36 and it will comes out 17D 180 minus 36. So simply we get 124, 144. So now we will get D in the range of this, and it will comes around 7.2 and it will be around 8.4. We will use this information that AP is of positive integers. So for making the AP is in terms of integers, we will take the value of D as an integer which is lying in this range. So simply D will be equal to 8. Using our first equation, after substituting the value of D is equal to 8, we get A is equal to 10. Now we will easily solve A T11 which is equal to A plus 10D which is equal to 10 plus 10 into 8. Finally 90 is the answer of this question. Okay, so with this we have done with the concept of AP and its properties which we use to solve problems. Now in real life, things grows linearly, it happens rarely. We see that things grows exponentially, and when we get a sequence by multiplication, not by addition, then we get a new pattern which is called as geometric progression. So we will move to our next topic, which is geometric progression. Geometric progression is also a sequence in which the ratio of any terms with its previous term is constant, which is known as common ratio. And usually we write sequence like this in geometric progression. Here we can see that the ratio of any term with its previous term is nothing but a constant value which we called common ratio, and it is denoted by R. Now we will see, similar to AP, that how we can find any general term in geometric progression, how we can find the sum of terms in geometric progression. So let's suppose I have taken an example 2, 4, 8, 16. Here we can see that sequence we are getting by multiplication, and if I would say find out its 14th term, you can find it manually, but here also we have a formula to find out the general term of a GP, which is denoted by Tn, and the formula is A into R to the power n minus 1. Here A is the first term of the GP and R is common ratio. Now we will see the formula to find out the first summation of the first n terms of the GP, which is equal to A into 1 minus Rn upon 1 minus R. We can also write it as A into Rn minus 1 upon R minus 1. Here the value of R is not equal to 1, otherwise it will be undefined. So it is a special case when R is equal to 1, then our GP will become like this, A into A into A. And if it has n terms, in that case, summation of its n terms will be equal to n times A. So this is the formula for summation of n terms of a GP. There is another formula that if in a geometric progression we have infinite terms, at that time we can find out the sum of its infinite terms by this formula, A upon 1 minus R. Here the range of R is minus 1 to 1, or simply we can say mod of R is less than 1. Now let's see the properties of geometric progression. First property is, let's suppose you have this GP with common ratio 2. So if you will multiply or divide this GP with a constant value called 3, then the resultant sequence will again be a GP only. This is also GP only. This is the first property of geometric progression. Now the second property of geometric progression is, let's suppose you have this GP with common difference R. If you will find out the reciprocal of this GP, if you will find out the reciprocal of this sequence, again the resultant sequence will be in geometric progression with common ratio 1 by R. Now we will see the third property of geometric progression. Let's suppose you have a sequence which is in GP, which is looking like this, and you are just raising kth power in each term of its sequence, and if you are raising the kth power in each term, a to the power k, ar to the power k, ar square to the power k, then again the resultant sequence will be in GP. With this example, we will see this property by taking an example. Let's suppose you have a sequence which is in AP. It will look like this: 2 to the power 3, 4 to the power 3, 8 to the power 3, and so on. So this resultant sequence is again in GP, whose common difference is 4 to the power 3 upon 2 to the power 3, which is equal to r to the power k, where r is equal to 2, and k, the power which we have raised here 3. Now we will move to the next property. The next property is, let's suppose this is a GP which is having 4 terms. So if you multiply first and last term of this GP, it will be equal to the multiplication of second and second last term, and so on. So the property is, in a finite GP, the product of terms equidistant from the beginning and the end is always the same and is equal to the product of the first and the last term. Now moving to the next property of geometric progression, which is, if you have to take 3 numbers which is in GP, so for making your calculation easy, you will take it as A by R, AR, because if it is given that the product of these 3 terms is equal to 2 or 3, so you can simply cancel this and you will get your equation in one variable only. Now this is one of the most important property of geometric progression. If you have a sequence which is in GP and you are taking log of this, so it will be in AP. We can prove it by the property of log, because we know that log of AB is equal to log A plus log B, and log of A to the power R is equal to R log A. By applying this over here, we can see that these terms are in AP. So with this, we have completed our theory portion, and now we will solve one question based on geometric progression and arithmetic progression. Question is, if the second, fifth and ninth term of a non-constant AP are in GP, then we have to find out the common ratio of GP. First of all, we have to see that it is a non-constant AP. It means D is not equal to 0. We have to remember this. And second, fifth and ninth term of AP. So second term will be equal to A plus D, fifth term A plus 4D, and ninth term which will be equal to a plus 8b. These terms are in GP. So, by the definition of GP, a5 upon a2 will be equal to a9 upon a5. So, basically we can write a plus 4d upon a plus d is equal to a plus 8t upon a plus 4d. Now, we will solve this. It will be equal to a plus 4d square is equal to a square plus 8d 8ad plus ad plus 8d square. We will open this a square plus 16d square plus 8ad, which will be equal to a square plus 8ad plus ad plus 8d square. We will cancel these terms and we got 16d square minus 8d square, which will be equal to 8d square minus ad, that will be equal to 0. We will take d as common, so it will be 8d minus a, which is equal to 0. Now we cannot take d is equal to 0. That's why this term AD minus a will be equal to 0. So a is equal to 8b. Now we can find out by this a plus 4d upon a plus d, which is nothing but the common ratio of GP, a5 upon a2. So by substituting the value of a is equal to 8d, it will look like this: 8d plus d, which is equal to 12d and 9d. Finally, we come to the result that the ratio of GP is equal to 4/3. So now this is a summary of the whole lecture. In this whole lecture, I discussed about sequence. After that, I talk about arithmetic progression, which handle the situation of linear growth. Then talked about properties of arithmetic progression, which we use to solve problems. After completing it, solved one problem of JEE and started a new topic, geometric progression, which talks about exponential growth. In this also, I discussed some most important properties of geometric progression, and I ended this lecture with one example of geometric progression. Thank you so much.